What's happening at the Dubois County Museum this month? Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining us in the studio is Kathy Bachman, who serves on the board of the Dubois County Museum and is their public relations person to tell us about what's going on at the Dubois County Museum. And November is a busy month. Big thing you have coming up is with the Veterans Day and a special speaker the day after.
Yes.
And then you're getting ready for Christmas. So let's start off by talking about the first thing that's on your schedule, and that's story time, which is on Saturday, November 12th.
Yeah, and I looked at some numbers, and story time has been very well received. It's the second Saturday of the month. Carrie Holdsworth does it, and she does a great job for us. So it's around the world theme for us on November 12th, and that's at 10:30. And we're also then having our Veterans Day program beginning at 10:30. They're in separate parts of the museum. Our museum is big enough for this.
Oh, yes.
So on Saturday, November 12th, we opened at 10. At 10:30 then, the story time and our speaker comes in, Captain Duncan McKay, the commanding officer of, and he's got special names here, Naval Surface Warfare Center at Cream.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he's going to speak about his military experience, about the history of Veterans Day, and Crane.
And it's Captain Duncan McKay, and he's the commander at Crane. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. So we really appreciate him.
I think people don't realize all that Crane is, and so going to this is really going to be interesting to find out and be able to talk to him afterwards, maybe. About what Crane doesn't necessarily offer, but what they do. That's a whole different world.
It is a whole different world, and it's a whole different world of young intellectuals that are working there. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just surprised at the people that have the degrees in engineering and things that work at Crane.
And I think something that's interesting is it's landlocked. But it's a naval base, okay? But it's landlocked, and it is the largest naval base, I believe, in the U.S., and maybe even in the world. I don't know, because of acreage that they have.
In our own little world, we have Crane.
That's a great Veterans Day program, but Veterans Day is the 11th. This is on Saturday morning, November 12th, at the Dubois County Museum.
And we also are adding to our military exhibit that day. We have more uniforms that have been brought in. Darlene Merkley's nurse's uniform. We have, we have a World War I uniform coming in. You think about it, that's 100 years old. Mm-hmm. We have more than 100. We have some World War II uniforms that are being added, some items that people have been bringing into the museum that once their relatives have gone on, they are cleaning out their homes. Do we want them? We'll take them. And we're selective now in taking things, so because we're getting so many duplicates, so then we are being selective. But we also have Jeff Balka's West Point uniform. Okay. And that's impressive. I see, the Army-Navy game, and you see them wearing their dress clothes, and it's dress uniform, and it's impressive to see it live.
So you're going to expand that a little bit.
We are.
For Veterans Day in November.
Right. I think it's going to be a permanent, on permanent display then. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Now, the next thing we know, it's going to be Christmas. I know we're not even through Halloween,
November.
basically, where we are now, and but it's Thanksgiving. But Christmas, because you guys start Christmas a little early. First of all, you have something that you're collecting stories.
We are. We are calling it Remembering Christmas. And we have, from our collections, pulled some things of Christmas down that we have not put on display in maybe a number of years, or maybe have never put on display. But we're asking people to submit their Christmas memories of our memory of something that happened in their life, what happened at Christmas. And I myself have a personal story I wanted to submit. And so I invite people to write it down. Cheryl is going to display it, and she'll type it up nice, and we'll have Cheryl Summersign is our collections person, and she will make a nice display of people's writings. Yeah.
Remembering Christmas. What a great little name.
Yeah.
Then the next thing you know, it's going to be the Festival of Trees, and that opens on November 17th.
That's
Is that
right. We actually start decorating our trees on November 14th. We always appreciate any help. I think we're starting at 8:30 in the morning. So November 14th, if you want to come and decorate a tree, not you, Bill, but the public.
You don't want me doing it. Right.
I don't know if Bill can decorate a tree.
No, I cannot. My wife does that.
But we will then have our opening of the Festival of Trees. We're going to have prizes, refreshments, music. We have Lauren Pope and her music students coming in and playing our grand piano. And just got it tuned, so it's ready to roll. It's from 5:30 to 8, and it is a free evening. We are offering, again, a free evening. And so come out, check out all the trees, all the decorations, and it's going to be a nice evening.
What sort of trees are there? Where do these trees come from? Are they community trees, or are they individual trees?
This year, we are actually putting the community trees. We have 16 communities that will be around the murals. We're putting those trees around the murals. And then in our room 3, we're putting decorated trees of different other organizations. I recently was contacted by a local church to put up their tree. We also have invited different nationalities, the Hispanic group and an Indian lady, and so they would create a tree for us. So we're hoping for a variety of trees in the room 3.
And that's all part of the regular admission when you come through.
That's
say
right.
You come through in December, any time between November 17th, I guess, and sometime in January. Run till January.
It will probably take them down right after January 1st, someone. But I think one year I counted that we had those trees for Festival of Tree, and then we have all these trees around the museum. So I think I counted 40 trees, decorated trees. So they are beautiful. Of course, we're bringing down probably our Santa collection. We are having the Remembering Christmas temporary collection. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different this year, so check it out.
And then November 23rd, you have a 4-H Spark program.
Yeah, and this is through Purdue Extension. I've been talking to Lauren Finneman, and they want to do farming past, present, and future. And so our guy, Arnie Maringer, is going to talk about farming past with them. And then they have some information on farming present, and then the future. I heard they might do some drones, so I'm anxious to see. It's open to 4th grade through high school, and it's their Spark program. So I'm not sure of what Spark, what it stands for, but it's the 4-H Spark program. So sign up for it.
So contact the local Purdue Extension. They're probably going to need some sort of reservations, I'd assume.
Yeah, I think they have a website, so make sure they check on that and then register.
Or you can contact your 4-H leader. May know something about it, or Lauren Finneman, as you mentioned, would know something about it at the Purdue office here in Jasper. Okay, so the big thing I think is exciting, first of all, is your Veterans Day presentation, the day after Veterans Day, November 12th, with Captain Duncan McKay, the commanding officer at Naval Surface Warfare Center, Crane. That'll be very interesting.
That'll be very
And then some of your usual things, but it's almost Christmas at the museum.
Almost. And then I do want to mention that we recently had the visitor center move out of the museum.
Yes.
So we do have an office for rent. Some people have questioned, are you renting out your museum? Yes, we're renting out an office. Okay. So we're not leaving the museum, we're renting out an office. So if you are if someone is looking for an office to rent, and it helps our everyday operations too at the museum to use that rental. So contact the number that's on the
So
we
if
have a
see
big
the
banner out
If
there.
you see the for rent sign, it's not that the museum is moving.
Yeah.
The museum's staying where it is, but you control that office, so
Yeah.
you might as well get a little rent money off of that. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great location right there on Newton Street.
So we hope someone jumps on it. So.
All right. Well, Kathy, thank you very
Yeah.
much for coming in. Our guest is Kathy Bachman, who comes in every month here on 18 WJTS to discuss things that are going on at the Dubois County Museum. What a great place. Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you
Bill.
for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.